Welcome back. You're watching The House of Wellness, and Rach, you know I'm a big believer in the benefits of an ice bath, as I know you are.
Absolutely, and we both tried cryotherapy earlier this year. Eager to know if you've tried to erase that memory.
I haven't been back since, I must admit. That was hardcore.
It was. I go once a fortnight.
Yeah.
I love it.
Don't know about that, but stepping into any freezing condition is a bit of a mental and physical challenge, and one man who conquers it 4 mornings a week, every week, is architect and host of Grand Designs Australia, Peter Madison. Welcome to you, Peter.
Hi.
Thank you, that's all true.
Hi, Peter. That's a good effort, mate. 4 times a week, you're in the freezing cold water of Melbourne.
Yes, I do travel a little bit in my job, so I'm not there every day, every 4 mornings a week, but certainly that's the objective, and all year, no wetsuit. That's the key.
Wow. Now, Peter, as a fellow Melbourneite, I got to say the mornings are absolutely freezing. How on earth do you psych yourself up to get in that water?
Well, it's a challenge. I've been doing it for 7 years now, and even after 7 years, I don't sleep well the night before because you're exactly right. It is a super challenge. And I've done a lot of hard things in my life, I think, but this would be the toughest.
So it's physically gruelling, yes, we get that, you're swimming, but I want to talk more about the mental health aspect of it. You steel yourself to get into the water. What effect does that have on your mental health after the swim and in your everyday life?
Exactly, and I think this is a big part of it. It's not just about the physical effect of the experience.
Yeah.
It's a sense of conquering something you don't think you're possible and able to do.
Wow.
And so after you do that, everything
anything
comes easily.
And it kind of puts everything into perspective.
Yeah, and it's more than that. It's more than just the sense of achievement. There's a sense of camaraderie and being part of a group of people that do the impossible. Yeah. And that sense of being part of that community is also a big part of why I do it.
How far do you swim, Peter? And what qualifies you as a legitimate iceberg?
OK, 2 questions. Firstly, I don't swim far enough.
We can change that.
Yeah. And there's no rules about how far you have to go. I generally do around 1 to 1.5 k, and in summer I'll go further because it's not as cold. And what qualifies you to be an iceberger? A lot of people say you have to be mad, but really you have to do 2 winters, no wetsuit, to be officially put on the board. We've got a board of people down at the club to do that, and so to get your name on the shingle, you've got to do 2 winters.
Can I just ask what you eat before you get into the water and then when you come out?
We all have our secret herbs and spices. I have hot water and ginger or apple cider vinegar with hot water. And that seems to get the system going.
Wow.
Yeah, for me.
Sounds like Peter just loves pain, doesn't it?
Exactly.
I mean, if it's not pain in the water, it's houses that take 20 years to build. I mean, you're very resilient. You've got a lot of resilience. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, I think if you're swimming in that temperature, at the moment it's about 10 degrees, and it's going to go south a few more degrees over the next month or 2. And if you do that and you're able to come out and talk about it, you are able to do anything. So that resilience, as I say, it sets you up. If you do the hardest things in life and able to achieve that, it makes everything else seem easy.
Well, Peter, you've been speaking about the community that is your community, the Icebergers. It takes a bit of courage, a bit of camaraderie. Let's take a look at Peter and his mates.
Well, I think it's something you just got to do, and you just feel fabulous after you come out of it. You get like an endorphin rush, I guess you'd call it, and you just feel so good.
Oh, they think you're mad. They just think you're crazy. Really gets the blood moving, and it's a really good start to the day. You know you're alive when you get out. No, I can't think of a better way to start. It's really terrific. Yeah, I very rarely get a cold, and yeah, you just don't feel the cold during the day as much. And, no, you just feel better. Gets the blood flowing, and it's early morning. I'm not like getting up and at 'em, but before work, it's just great to get out here, and it's a good bunch of guys you're with. That's the best part too.
It's not as cold as you think it is, only for the first minute or 2, and then it starts to feel amazingly warm. So it's just good for your body, I think.
It's beautiful. It's bracing when you get in and exhilarating when you get out. Hello, chaps.
Hello, boys.
How are you?
How are you?
Hey, Gary.
You want to interview us,
Hey,
David?
David. Yes.
Three wise men. Come on. Three wise men.
These are the oldest icebergers.
Yeah, the over 70 miles.
And the fastest ones as well.
And we love it too. Thanks, guys.
You must be crazy.
There we are.
I don't even think about why. Just a challenge, I suppose. Get in, and it's not something that everybody does, and it feels good when you get out. So it feels quite balmy on the beach now, so amazingly enough, it's just a challenge, it's fun.
It sounds like us when we got out of the cryo chamber. It sounds like the boys had one too many drinks tonight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you lose control of your face. You're so numb, you can hardly talk.
Exactly.
You come out like mumbles.
Was health always a priority for you, even before you joined?
Yes, look, I've always been keen on water sports. My hashtag is water in the veins. So surfing, yachting, kite surfing, and swimming was a natural connection and an extension to that. And I've always lived bayside. It's always attracted me, the bay's always attracted me to be part of it. And yeah, it's a really addictive thing.
And you're travelling a lot for work. How do you keep up your fitness while you're travelling? Do you find, you know, the water when you're travelling, or do you do other things?
Yeah, so if I'm in Sydney, I try and stay at Bondi and I'll do the Iceberger thing.
The other icebergs,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
rivals.
No rivalry. In fact, we do have inter-club swimming competitions around Port Phillip Bay.
Wow.
We have, for instance, in 4 weeks' time, we're going to do the pier to pub, but instead of being summer, it's the coldest day of winter, which is the 28th of July. And there's only, instead of 2,000 people, there's only about 30 mad people.
Great.
So we do have these, and the pirates, the potential pirates, come up and compete against the Brighton Iceberger. So that's all part of the fun.
And Peter, we know you as the host of Grand Designs Australia, so you're an architect. You must have some thoughts about the way we live and the kinds of houses we build at the moment. What's the trend? What are we getting into at the moment?
Houses are getting smaller. People, not only because of the cost and the scarcity of land, but people are getting aware about the pitfalls of building too big. So house sizes are coming down.
Well, there was a period of time where McMansions were the thing to have. So the fact that things are getting smaller, what does that say about the way we're cohabitating as families?
Yeah, well, it's really important, you know, that whole sense of being part of a family and not...
Being closer, rather than everyone being dispersed.
So important, exactly. Yeah, it's so important, isn't it, to have a full, rich life where you connect with your siblings and your parents, and you're not, as many people are, lonely in big houses. So that sort of social connection is so important.
And Peter, you've been working on a very special project with a tiny house. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I was approached to design a very small home, which is an exemplar of not only good design but sustainability. So this building that I've just done can be used totally off-grid. So it collects its own black water, sewage, grey water, which is hand basins and showers, and rainwater, and its own power, collects and stores.
Wow.
So it's totally independent, and you can plug it in also. And everything in it makes it a totally self-contained home, that everything you'd want: kitchen, bathroom, living area, no games room or butler's pantry, because it's only about 17 square metres. But it's a fun little building, and it's only a one-off, commissioned by RACV, to really show the future about the way we can live.
Yeah, if you've got time, guys, check it out online, because there's a fast-forward video of how it's actually constructed. It's really interesting, and I'm also a big believer in minimising our space. I've got 2 kids, a dog, a really needy husband, and we've got a small space at home. But I think it works, and you get outside, you explore the environment.
Yeah.
So it's just so important.
That's right, and it's going to be the future, because I've got 3 kids. They're on their 20s, and the idea of home ownership is so out of their reach. So the idea of that you can have your own domain, albeit small, and be able to be potentially plonked on someone else's block of land, or your parents' or cousins' block of land, is a nice idea, isn't it?
Peter, it's been great to catch up with you. Thanks for joining us on the House of Wellness.
Good on you, Darcy.
Yeah, and plenty more laps to be done in the bay for Peter. We look forward to hearing more about that. That is crazy stuff. All winter.
Convert you guys.
We're staying
We'll join you.
on the topic of sustainable living as we meet a suburban warrior fighting the rubbish war on the home front. That's coming up next on the House of Wellness.